Welcome to my channel. Stopping by for the first time, this is a place of love. You're welcome. You've become a regular. Thank you very much for returning there for me. We're in this together. Today, I want to talk about something that is quite, when you look at it from one angle, you may think it's bad, but at the end of the day, it is good. It is for our own good. I call them necessary evil. Yes, I want to talk about necessary evil versus the awakening in our lives. We need awakening, and sometimes to bring it about, what we call evil, necessary evil, may have happened to us and force us to go within and force us to find connection with our Maker, with God, with our deeper self. Force us to look through what we may have neglected in the years before now, maybe some injuries or some hurts of the past, even hurts that have injured or wounded us deeply. Force us to go within and heal our inner child. There are some dangerous or some necessary evil, in quotes. Most times they come in the form of failed relationships, painful relationships, mad relationships. They may come in form of disappointments. You may have experienced accidents, bodily injuries. You may have experienced some traumatic things that really forced you to have an awakening in your life. I want to talk about these necessary evils versus their spiritual implications, especially our spiritual awakening. We all need to awaken. Most times what we were given or handed down from our parents in our families are not enough. They are just not enough. We need to become the real persons we are created to be in this life and fulfill the purpose for which we are sent here. And most times to achieve this, we even need to break away from the bondage, from the bounds of the usual, from the bounds of what we are used to, from the bounds of those things we've been handed down to. So there are some very, very painful experiences in your life that are indeed, when you look at it, you wouldn't wish it on anybody. You wouldn't want them. Let me give you a life experience. I will take myself as an example. I have been wounded. I have been injured. I have been disappointed. I have been delayed. I have been rejected. I have been pushed away. I have been lied against. I have been, so many things that are really painful. Stabbed in the back. Yes, all these things I preach, be this, be that, be that. There are some prices one has to pay to really continue being that. Especially if you want to be nice, good, you want to live your life to the full essence of what you know within you is the real essence of you, brings you satisfaction, fulfill your potentials, attain your ultimate goals, visions, and mission in life. I have been wounded so badly, so injured. At a point, I never knew I would be able to forgive. They were so painful. In fact, I even got so traumatized that it even affected me physically. I get bodily and physically almost disabled for one reason or the other. Of pains, disappointments, heartaches, heartbreaks. There's a kind of pain that will hurt you so much that physically you feel as if your heart is falling out of your chest. That's the extent of my own personal wounding. But do you know the beauty of it, or my luck in it? I don't just want to call it luck, because somehow I was consciously evolved, deeply aware of what I was going through, but I will still call it luck or God's favor, God's mercy, because I didn't know the things I now know. But during those times of trials, pains, and tribulations, I was just lucky that God was with me. And I was paying attention. I didn't break. Yes, I reached a point of breaking, but I did not break. I passed through the ashes. I was burnt down to ashes. Then out of the ashes, I still arise. And I rose and being who I am, or trying to be who I am meant to be today. To still have hope and still pushing for a better tomorrow. In the course of all these pains, deep pain, when I talk about pains, aching pains, I have come to awaken to my spiritual reality, to what I'm meant to be in life. I've come to even a greater self-awareness, self-identity, appreciation of who I am, acceptance of who I am. Likewise, it will play in your life. Those necessary evils that must happen to you Consider them from the spiritual importance. You will now see the spiritual awakening you must pass through in order to achieve your life mission here on earth. So most times when you have those root awakening, those painful experiences, they are actually here to cause you to stand, to awaken, come to alertness. Sorry, that video ended sharply without warning. So this is the end of it. And make sure that all the pains of your life, those necessary evils, you convert them to spiritual awakening and be the best version of yourself you can ever be. Thank you very much for staying tuned. I would like to hear 1 or 2 experiences you have had in this life in terms of necessary evil you need to pass through to be able to enter your place of awakening. Share with me. I would love to hear from you. Remember, anytime you share a testimony, share the story of your life, somebody's life is being touched somewhere. Consider those experiences as stories you will tell tomorrow to better the lives of other people around you, because you have been made better out of it. Anything that didn't break you is meant to make you. So those stories that didn't break you, share them and be made whole and better while you use it to also make other people. Yes. Thank you very much for being there all the time. We are in this together. You learn from me, I learn from you. Let us share our stories and encourage one another in the journey of our spiritual awakening. Have a lovely time. Bye.